Hi, welcome to Penny's Crafty Creations. Thanks for taking time out of your day to hang out, chit chat, craft, and create with me. Today I'm coming on with an answer to some questions about Masterboards and what they are and what you can do with them. So the first thing I'm doing is I go through my scraps and I separate them. I can make inchies with some twinchies. An inchy is a 1 inch by 1 inch piece of artwork that you do really small. And then a twinchy is a 2 inch by 2 inch piece of artwork. And so I do those with my scraps. And then I have some bookmarks that I want to make. So I've started to make the templates for those, or the blanks as some people call them. And the size on these is 5.5 by 2.5. I think that makes a great size, and you can alter those with Masterboards and collages as well. So I have those, and then I have blanks for ATC cards, and they're just pieces of scrap paper. So I take those, and those are the ones that I do with my scraps, and then I have leftover scraps. And what I do with those is I put them all into a little box here. These are the strips, and I have them all sorted by color and size and whatnot in this box. And then I have some that are a little bit bigger that I would use in some junk journals. And I also have a bits and bobs box, and that is this one here. And these are the odd shaped ones, or little cutouts. Like this is a twinchy size, but I want to use it for something else, so I put it in here because I don't want to bury the artwork on the on that one with the watercolor. So all of my scraps go in here, and then this is the one that I usually use to make Masterboards with. Is this the bits and bobs pieces? I will do them in strips from this one here, but I separate all my scraps into that. And then I create my Masterboards. So I use a lot of 12 by 12 and a lot of 8.5 by 11. And I like to use cardstock for my Masterboards. So this one is one that is a work in progress right now. And I took and I stamped all around it. And then I took some stickles, and that's like the glitter glue. And I went through the wings on the birds on this one. And hopefully my camera is letting you see them. So I went through that, and I added some green stickles because I like shiny. So this stamp here, Sassy, no, get out of that box. Go on, go. Thank you. So I took this stamp here, this one here, and it has the inside of the leaves. I left them alone, but I outlined them in the stickle. And then I did the bird's wings and the tail wings, and that was all I did. I just wanted a little bit of shiny on this one. So I'm going to do a little bit more, I think, to it, adding some words and whatnot maybe. But I may just let that be. And then I have some other ones that I have ready to go. So this is from the Valentine's journal that I did. This is all the scraps that were left over from that. So I put that onto the Masterboard, and it is on red. This one here is on red because this is also scraps from the Valentine's pocket journal as well. So I have those, and then I did one with strips, and I really love the way this one came out with just doing that part, and then I'll add everything to that later. And then this is another one that is a work in progress, and I really love that paper. It's so pretty. And this green one and that yellow, they're nice and textured. So I thought they would work well with this one here. And that one is on white. I think the strips one is on, yeah, that's on brown. So with those, you can make just about anything that your heart desires. So I have some here to show you. So this is a Chinese book that I had. The other scraps left over from making these envelopes. And I'm trying to produce stuff for junk journals because I'm working on those more now. And I wanted to be able to have some stuff ready to go. So these were the scraps left over from that. And they are on a wallpaper border that's traveling because they kind of, It was like all Chinese papers and traveling papers for those envelopes from that book. So these are mini Masterboards blanks ready to go and ready to be altered and whatnot for when I do a junk journal that is travel themed, which I'm in the process of getting my stuff ready for that one. So you have that, and then I have this one here. Was a little Masterboard. It was very, very small. I think it was like maybe a 4 by 5, something like that. I didn't have many scraps left over for this one. It was 6 by 6 piece of paper. So I only had the 4, and it was something I had done with my grandkids, so I thought I would do that one. And it just really cute. And then the back is blank, and I like to have the backs blank so that they become note cards for when I put them into junk journals. And then this one here was done with a lot of book pages, and then I stenciled it. See if I can put it back together so you can see what it looked like before. Probably won't be able to because it was all over the place. Oh, there's one more. Okay, so you can see that I went through and I stamped everywhere with this one here. And this was an 8.5 by 12 piece of paper. And they just make great journaling cards to put into your junk journals. And I really love that. I have done some where I sew around the edges, which I'll probably do for some of these. But with a Masterboard, what you can do with them is limitless. You can make some tags to put into journals or just to have as a gift. And then like these ones here, I sewed on these ones, and I really love how these ones turned out. This was a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, and I used different colored stamps, different colored inks to do this one, so that it kind of had a varying look to it. And I sewed around the whole thing in, I think it was 2.5 increments. I hope you can see the whole thing here now that I'm laying it out. So you can see that it has the varying colors and varying styles, and this is one of my favorites. And then after I cut it all out, I inked around the outside, but it's really, really gorgeous. It's one of my favorite ones that I've done. And then you can do tags as well with a Masterboard. So it's a great way to use up your scraps and a great way to build your stash for junk journaling. Like these are some tags that I made with a Masterboard as well. And then I stamped all kinds of mushrooms around them. And then I stamped out some mushrooms and put them on the fronts of them. Like the little bearded guy. I really love how that turned out. And then I colored them in, and I love that mushroom there. And I think I got 4 of this guy here with this one. So yeah, you can do just about any thing with a Masterboard. And then I left the backs blank again so that they can be used in a junk journal or a gift tag. So your possibilities are completely endless on what you do with your Masterboard. And we can do one together. So let me put this aside, and I will grab one of these and we'll work on it together. I think maybe this one where it's already stamped. So I take my paper cutter, and I have a couple of different ones, but I tend to grab this one the most. So I decide what I'm going to do with it, and I think I'm just going to do some journaling cards with this one. So I'll cut it up, and I usually go for 3 inches or 4 inches on the journaling cards. So I'm going to do, I think, 2.5. Maybe we'll turn this into some tags. So 2.5. Yeah, we'll do one set of 2.5. And then we'll change it up, and we'll do another one. We'll do the rest at 3 and at 4. We'll do a one of each with this one. And you can see that my blade is going right through that stickles. which is really nice. So we're gonna have some inch tags too. So this is the 4. So we'll cut this at 4. Yeah, 4. And then we'll cut this one at 4. And I'm gonna decide, I want this part here to be prominent. So I'm gonna turn it and we'll cut that at 4. Right there. And we'll have another little scrap that we can use later on with that. So we have 2 of the journaling cards at 4, and I really love the birds on them. Really, really pretty. Then this one is the 3, so we're going to cut this one at 3. So we have some 3x3s as well. And then we'll have another scrap, and this one is going to be 2.5, I think. Yep, 2.5 by 3. So there is an almost an A2C card. And that is so pretty with all those stickles on there. This one has a little bit of stickling on it. And then we'll cut this one. This was 2.5, right? Okay, so we're going to go, this one we'll do 4. That way when we make our tag, we'll have a little bit extra. And I want this one to be 4 as well. And I want that leaf to be more prominent. So we'll turn it this way. And then we'll cut, and we have another little scrap for another masterboard later on. Oh, we gotta cut this one up too. This one we're gonna do as well as 4. Where do we want this? I don't want to cut that bird up because there's enough on there, so we'll just cut it a little bit like that. So that's how we're gonna cut that with. So I have my tag punch for these, and it has 1.5, 2.5, and 2 inch, and I loved how it does the scallop. So I want that leaf down there, so we'll pop that right in there. And it has these wells on it right here, so you can slide your paper in. So there we have that tag. And then I have the eyelets here, and I like to change the colors on them sometimes. So I'll grab my marker and I will color in that eyelet with my marker, just so that it enhances that look. And you can change your eyelets any color you want by using a marker on them. Permanent markers work so well with these. And we're going to need 4 because we're making 2 tags. So I'm just going to color this in. Usually I have them done ahead of time. And they're still drying, so I'll put that one back up there. Grab my little tweezers here. And I like to use the tweezers when I'm doing the gold, just so that that color doesn't come off on my fingers while it's drying. And it just pushes down so nice and easily on there. And it makes a really beautiful tag, having the eyelets on there. Look how gorgeous that is. Isn't that pretty? I love that shiny. So there's that one, and we gotta make this one. So I need to decide. I think I'm gonna go, because there's a lot of the bird up here, we'll go this way. And the stickles does really well in my cutter. Doesn't come off at all, which is really nice. So I'm gonna put that on there. It should be dry now. Flip it over. I always like to do both sides on these too. So there we have 2 tags with that Masterboard. And then we've got these, and this is a 2.5. So I can make it a tag if I want to, because it will fit in there, but I really want to have it as a journaling card, so we're not going to do that. But I am going to take my chomper here. It's I'm not sure, it has 3 different edges on there, so you can do like a really light rounded corner, and I really love to round the corners on these. I just think it gives them such a beautiful finish, and I tend to use this one the most on the chopper. Move that out of the way so we don't lose that little nib. So I tend to use that one the most, but It does have the other sizes, so you get just a little bit of a round with this one. It doesn't chomp off a lot, so you can see the difference. There's a very little rounded edge there. But I really like this bigger one. I think it makes it really beautiful having that large round. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful. With the stickling on there. It's the first time I've done it with the stickling, and I really love it. It adds that little touch of sparkle. And you can see we've gotten quite a bit out of the Masterboard, and we have some more scraps. And now we have some more journaling cards to put into the next journal that I'm going to be doing with these colors later on. They'll work great for a botanical journal, I think. So I have little tiny bits of scraps there and some sparkle. So there we have it, the Masterboards and what you can do with them. Really pretty, and I love that sparkle. Isn't that just gorgeous? Oh, so pretty. Okay, so that is what I do with a Masterboard and how I make them. I do have some other Masterboards on here that if you're new to my channel, you can go ahead and look in the playlist and see how we made those. I'm going to be trying to bring back Masterboard Monday and Masterboard makes, because I am building my stash again for journals, and I would love to have you check them out. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.